Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another day, another album. It's a brand new day. Let's go see what album we're talking about today. Finally glad we're getting to some shorter albums. I've been getting tired of these long-ass fucking projects. Today we're getting into the retro throwback of the decade with underrated talent Anderson .Paak and proven hitmaker Bruno Mars on their debut collaboration and even with Silk Sonic under their collaboration name of Silk Sonic. I am sure I don't need to tell y'all who Bruno Mars is. When I was growing up, I knew him from songs like Grenade and Nothing on You, and then he went on to bring more retro sounds into the popular zeitgeist like Treasure and the arguable song of the 2010s, Uptown Funk, and even won a Grammy for Record of the Year with 24 Karat Magic, Over 444, Awaken My Love, Melodrama, and damn, I don't even love 444 like that, but literally any other choice would have been a better pick for Album of the Year. The Grammys are fucking, well, Bruno Mars is half black. The Grammys are racist, fuck it. Anderson .Paak has always remained consistently underrated as a talented rapper, producer, and all-around musician between his own work and his band, The Free Nationals. Being backed by the almighty Lord, praise be upon him, Dr. Dre, Paak has rarely ever disappointed, and his soul and funk-centric style that led him to Bruno would almost seem to be fate. An Evening with Silk Sonic is a short and sweet throwback to an older era of music with some of the finest modern sheen that any album has ever been given. Hosted by Bootsy Collins, this half hour is jammed with some of the funkiest instrumentals, the catchiest hooks, and the best performances of Bruno and Anderson's entire careers. The Silk Sonic intro is a short but catchy intro that sounds like it came straight out of Soul Train, as our host for the evening, the physical embodiment of funk itself that is Bootsy Collins, welcomes us to the album of the new duo, Silk Sonic. For being such a short intro, it's honestly such a great song in its own right, and it's a great way to start the album. The album's biggest hit opens the evening with Leave the Door Open, one of the biggest hits of the 2020s and a bedroom jam for the fucking ages. The vocal performances are phenomenal from both Paak and Bruno, and the production is truly immaculate. Everything is shined to a T, and it's so damn catchy. Bruno's vocal chops are tested towards the end of the song, and by God, this is some of the best singing he's ever done. There's so much power and vibrato in his voice. I also want to mention the live version performed at the 2020 Grammys that was so good, I downloaded it to YouTube days before it was put up on streaming services. The song is already just about perfect, but this live performance really just pushes up that extra notch to where I honestly think this version is better than the original. Both are amazing, but this performance is truly phenomenal, especially for a live performance. The energy picks up with Fly As Me, which is a more straightforward funk cut that sees Anderson .Paak take more of the lead, and his charisma and delivery really give this song the fun that the instrumental is gunning for. The breakdown in the third verse is one of my favorite moments on the entire project. The call and response gets me every time. The fucking amazing track. After Last Night sees the collab get even more collabish with the feature of Bass God, not to be confused with Bass God Lil B, Thundercat, as a collaborator of Kendrick during the To Pimp a Butterfly years, and his own masterpieces such as Dragon Ball Durag, he can do no wrong. And that continues on this track. The bass lines are immaculate. Per usual, amazing vocal performances from Bruno and Paak. And I don't care if this song sounds like Lonely Island Stick in a Box. This shit still fucking goes. for being the biggest collaborative effort that leans the most into traditional funk, R&B, and soul sounds, I don't think this song gets its proper flowers. And it's probably because of the whole Dick in a Box comparisons. I'll be honest, I don't hear it. I literally don't hear it. Smoking Out the Window is another soulful serving of retro with very modern attitudes, with Anderson .Paak and Bruno singing their woes of being with women who are running them like the many men they run in general. Got the kids treating the crib like it's Charles Entertainment cheese, being for the streets and leaving them smoking out the window, wondering how a girl could play our protagonists, Bruno and Anderson. The vocal performances between Bruno and Paak are amazing per usual, and they play off of each other so well with their dramatic retellings of the stories with this woman. The "this bitch" lines are classic, and nothing brings a smile as Anderson .Paak's ad-libs before the bridge. "Look here, baby, I hope you find whatever it is you need, but I also hope your trifling asses walk around barefoot in these streets." Oh, god damn. Only he could deliver that line in the way he did. Perfect moment on the album. Perfect, great shit. Put on a Smile sees the duo enter ballad territory with some of the biggest vocal performances on the entire album. Bruno really carries on his chorus performance in particular, and Paak's lead up going into the emotional ends of the chorus is truly some amazing shit. It's not quite the smash hit that songs like Leave the Door Open and Smoking Out the Window were, but this song achieves an even larger feel than those songs, especially with the instrumental build-up throughout the track. Bruno singing the chorus to fill a stadium at the end with some amazing backing performances caps off the end of this amazing ballad. 777 is probably one of the more forgettable tracks on the album, but its short 2-minute runtime, sticky guitar riffs, and great rapping performances from both Bruno and Paak as they rap about the glamour of Vegas is a great little moment to pick up the energy of the album. Even the interlude tracks are fucking killer. Like, this album is that fucking great. Skate was the second single for the album, and the one I actually remember getting the most critique for not being as brand a song as Leave the Door Open. But I think this single better encapsulates the album and shows the more playful parts of the project in its best light on its own. The subject matter of skating really dating the project to where they pulled their 70s influences, like how I mentioned Soul Train from earlier. The hand percussion is a great little touch as well, and Anderson .Paak's flows here are so uplifting and energetic, it's really impossible to be in a bad mood listening to this song. If you happen to listen to the vinyl or the reissue of the album, a cover of Love's Train comes immediately afterwards. It's not a bad cover or a bad song, but considering the funk originals on this album, you can guess how this would already sound. It's an already great song with great performances. It's fantastic. Blast Off is probably the weirdest track. While it's possibly the most low-key track on the album, the reverb and echo-heavy, spacey feel of the song is a kind of weird note to conclude this project on. I get ending the album on its most chill song, but I do wish it had a more fitting, funkier closer. Maybe a reprise of the intro or something like that. An Evening with Silk Sonic is one of the best retrospective albums of the decade, showing love for traditional funk and soul in a very similar way to Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love, but this time with some of the biggest artists of the world making some of their best-selling and critically acclaimed songs. This love letter to the past is one of the best to hit the mainstream, and you'd be a fool to miss out on it. An Evening with Silk Sonic is a 9 out of 10 and currently sits at number 60 on my best albums of all time. Be sure to let me know your favorite Silk Sonic song in the comments, and I'll see y'all for the next review. Peace.